Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 6th grade concept of solving one variable equations and inequalities. This is standard 6.10a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 22 of the 2025 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so at a store, we've got avocados, 65 cents each. We need to write an inequality, so that means our answers are going to be, less than, greater than, or then less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. The number of avocados n a customer can buy with $10. All right, so you've got a maximum of $10, right? And I'm wondering how many avocados you can buy with that. So let's see how we can figure this out. All right, so let's think about our total quantity here. All right, so we've got $10 is the maximum that we could spend, right? And we've got 65 cents avocados that we're purchasing. Now we could guess and check, right? And we can just figure out our quantity for the avocados. But really, what we need to do is we need to think of in terms of variables, okay? So we have our variable n here, and this is our independent quantity, right? So this is the number we're starting with. If we buy one avocado, that's 65 cents. If we buy 10 avocados, that's 6.50. If we buy 20 avocados, that's 13 bucks, and now we're over. Okay? So what we need to think about is this 65 cents. So we're going to call this 65 cents, and that's our rate, right? That's the rate or the cost of each avocado. What are we multiplying by that? Well, we are multiplying the cost times the number bought. Because if you want to figure out how much you're spending, you take the cost of the item and you multiply it by the number of items bought, and you're going to be good. All right, and now instead of saying equals something, we need to make an inequality. And so let's see. If we were to make it, has to be $10, and you see that we've got our options right here, less than or equal to. The customer can only spend $10. So whatever this is right here, does it have to be greater than $10 or less than $10? Well, it needs to be less than $10 because if the quantity on the left is greater than $10, then the person is out of money. Now, what if the person spends exactly $10? Well, yeah, you could do that. You can spend exactly $10. You just can't spend $10.01. So that's why we're going to put this line underneath it. We're going to say it is less than or equal to. All right, so let's test this out. If I, like I said, if I had 10 of these, right, that's going to be, it's the cost, that's the number, and that's the price, right? That was $6.50. And so let's see what would happen if I did 15. 65 times 15, that's 30, 32, 65. All right, that's 975. So 15, 975, and it looks like that's as much as we can get. Another 65 cents would put us over. So let's take this and let's plug this into what we think our answer is and make sure it makes sense. Is 0.65 times, we think the maximum we can get 15, less than or equal to 10. Well, 0.65 times 15 was 975. 975 is less than or equal to 10. So that does check out. If you were to stick that 15 into any of these other options, it actually wouldn't work. So you can always check your inequality by plugging a number in that you know should work. But our answer here is C.